that light, no cap, no filter, we take flight. Saints on the rise, got that energy. Tune in to our podcast, feel that synergy. New Orleans pride, we never fall. Subscribe to the vibes, we gon' ball. Subscribe, hit that bell, join the hype train. No cap, no filter, we breaking every chain. In the heart of the city, Saints reign supreme. Live the dream, we living it clean. Yo, King Camara run that play. Crystal lava flying, making waves every day. Take some heels, switch it up, always on the go. Cam joining the fans, putting on a show. Doing Mario with time, bringing that heat. Shahid's got the speed, can't accept defeat. Subscribe, hit that bell, join the hype train. No cap, no filter, we breaking every chain. In the heart of the city, Saints reign supreme. Live the dream, we living it clean. So stay tuned, don't miss this ride. With the Saints by side, we take pride.
All right, what up, Who That Nation? I'm your host, Marley G. Welcome to No Cap, No Filter Saints. And, man, Derek Carr, man, he sustained an injury, oblique injury, during this loss to the Kansas City Chiefs out there in Kansas City, man. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. I pretty much thought he was going to be good to go for the Bucs game. You know, all last season, he'll have an injury and he wouldn't even be practicing. Then the last practice before, they'll get ready to prepare for the team that they're going to play. Derek Carr just magically heals himself like Wolverine for the game. So I just felt like this little injury that he had, it didn't really seem too brutal, but I just felt like he was going to be okay. But it turns out I was wrong. And it's more serious than everybody thought. Like, this is a significant injury. He's going to be out for several weeks, they say. I'm not sure what they mean exactly by several weeks. I'm guessing he's going to be out at least 4 to 5 weeks. That's what I'm guessing. But yeah, man, there's something wrong with his shoulder, I believe. So he can't really throw the ball. I'm not sure if it's similar to the same type of injury that Brock Purdy had in the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, it's going to be very, very detrimental to the Saints offense, I believe, especially if we go with Jake Haener. Like, Jake Haener, I'm not sure if he's going to be QB2, but we're going to have to see, bro. We're going to have to see. Let a few people get up in here. We got Jerry G says, Marley G, what up, Jerry? Jerry says Haener or Rattler. Hey, man, I'm not sure if it's going to be Haener or Rattler. I just been seeing a lot of reports saying they're making a case for Rattler to actually be the starter and make his debut. But I'm seeing some people say, it might be Haener. So it's basically like, if you want to go with the safe bet, you go with Haener because he has a year under his belt. But both of them has only 1 year in his system of Clint Kubiak. But NFL experience, Haener has a year under his belt. And I think Haener is more of the safe guy to go with. And everybody feel like Dennis Allen, he's the guy that's going to take the safe route, versus Rattler. Rattler might come up in there and be on some Jameis Winston type of stuff. And DA, he just can't handle that. DA do not like that erratic type of play. But I don't think Rattler will just be like that, But I'm just thinking how DA would think, We got Dana up in here says, who that no cap and fam? Man, what up, Dana? We got Addison Martin up in here says, what up, y'all? Like, what up, Addison? Let a few more people get up in here. I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines around, 20 minutes or so. Let a few more people get up in the chat. Saints Talk Late Night Edition for all the night owls out there. Everybody didn't. I know y'all checked out a whole bunch of Saints content creators today. First of all, you had the Saints content creators went live after the game. Then you had Saints content creators, coming on, making their content for the next day, level-headed, not as ranty, just, more of a common demeanor. And, with this new news that came out, people then double back and made another video because this news that hit with the Derek Carr situation. So yeah, man, I think it's like the 5th year in a row that the Saints have suffered an injury to the starting quarterback. Like, yeah, Derek Carr ain't miss a start last season, but Derek Carr did play through injury last season. Like his arm was hurting last season, and I'm not sure if it's the same arm. I think it was his arm last season, but I'm not sure if it's the same arm that he sustained an injury versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But if it is the same one, he just did more damage to it. So yeah, man, look like Dolph on right now. Shoot, I'll go ahead and check out my dog Dolph. But I didn't know he was going on. I wouldn't even came on at this time. But we already here, so y'all go ahead on and filter back through both channels. But yeah. So Derek Carr, he's injured now. The word is, who's gonna be the starting quarterback for the Bucs. The Bucs, they actually have not a good pass defense. When it comes to pass defense, you could kind of throw the ball around on them. They do have a good front seven, but they secondary is susceptible to the pass. They've had some injuries these past few games, but I think by the time they play us, they'll be back healthy enough. They're going to get some guys back. The Saints are going to get some guys back. Versus the run, they're pretty stout. They like middle of the pack run stopping defense. They got Vita Vea up there. They got another guy. He's like a Cam Jordan type of guy. They have this one guy. He's a very good pass rusher. I forgot what his name is. I know his name is Yaya. But at the end of the day, they have a good front seven. That's one thing I do know. We all know Davis. They don't have Devin White anymore. He was giving us hell for a couple of years. And one thing about the Bucs, they've always kept Alvin Kamara in check. That's one thing about the Bucs. They always did good on keeping Kamara in check. Kamara did not have good games against the Buccaneers. So we got to keep that in mind. And with this offense with Clint Kubiak, it's seeming like he need to run the work. It's seeming like he needed Taysom Hill, and he's seeming like he needed deep shots to hit. But I think we could get on him. I think the Saints could get him with the deep shots, but the run, that might be a problem. Taysom Hill, like I said, they could stop the run, so Taysom Hill might not be too much of a factor, especially coming off this injury. But we're gonna have to see. That Ty Bowles defense, they're pretty good. I think they match up very well with the Saints. And then the Broncos, they have the number 3 overall defense. So the Broncos defense is even more, stout, when it comes to shutting down the teams, the run and the pass. So when it comes to the Broncos, I don't think that's just going to be an easy game. I thought that was going to be a pretty much easy game before the season started, but then I started looking into it. I said, man, this game might be tough. So I was going back and forth with who will win, but coming down to it, I'm like, I don't know who will win. And Sean, he just poached A.T. Perry off our team. A.T. Perry going to sing like a bird. He going to sing like a bird and give up Sean. He going to give up all the Clint Kubiak, what he like to do to Sean. So I'm pretty sure Sean going to be scheming up a game plan for that. They have their defensive coordinator, Vance Joseph. He's going to be trying to figure out how to stop that Clint Kubiak offense. And Bo Nix, he's fast. And a lot of people are saying, man, well, Sean, the only reason he winning because they got a good defense. Bo Nix ain't nothing. One thing about Bo Nix, he got legs. And one thing I know, a quarterback with legs, they can have success on the Saints defense. We seen Patrick Mahomes time and time again was extending the play. Yeah, he didn't run for a whole lot of yards, but he was getting a whole lot of first downs, and that's all that really mattered, getting the first downs, moving the chains. And sometimes you ain't got to run for a lot of yards if you throw for 300 yards passing. Jalen Hurts threw for 300 yards passing on us. He ain't need to get the yardage with his legs. He getting it with his arm. Same with Patrick Mahomes. Them people that put up damn near 500 yards worth of yardage on us on offense. So, if they're not gonna get it with their legs, they can get it with their arms. If you're trying so hard to stop the mobile quarterback with the legs, but yeah, man, and a lot of people are saying, yeah, man, they only 3-2 because the defense. Look at the Titans; they got a pretty good defense. They top 10 in the defense, but they only 1-3. They not winning, so it's Sean doing something right. That's all I'm saying. They figuring out a way to win. And that's what good coach teams do. They figure out a way to win. Will the Broncos have a good record in Week 10? I don't know. Will the Saints have a bad or good record in Week 10? I don't know, but we can only go by what we're seeing right now. And what we're seeing right now, a lot of stuff got to be improved with the Saints. Got Addison says, time to see what the youngins bring to the table. I think they'll outperform Carr. Just going to take a few weeks to gel. Well, by the time a few weeks come, if they're not just performing just, way exceeding expectations, Carr be back, So I only think Carr going to miss maybe like 5 weeks at most, I think. I'm no surgeon or nothing. I don't know what type of the significance of his injury, but they say it's several weeks. So we're going to have to see. Jerry G says, I don't see Duff live. I don't know. It must have been some old notification than Jerry, but, at the end of the day, this late night Saints a different edition right now. So if I'm the only content on right now, that's cool. I don't want to step on nobody else's toes. But, yeah, man, we're going to have to see whether it's going to be Jake Haener, whether it's going to be Spence Rattler. I think if Spence Rattler start, you'll have a lot of excitement. You'll have a lot of excitement plays. But I think he'll do a lot of he'll have a lot of mistakes because Ty Bowe's he's going to be sending certain exotic blitzes to whether it's Jake Haener or Spence Rattler. Now, you just trust Spence Rattler to get up out of there and, can move around in the pocket a little bit more. They're going to be doing a lot of bootlegs. They're going to just be moving the pocket around, doing a lot of quick passes. Now, the thing about it, will Olave get his targets? Whether it's Jake or whether it's Spencer, will Olave get his targets? Everybody keeps saying Olave is an alpha. He's a number one. He's, leading the league when it comes to separation. But if he's leading the league, why isn't Clint Kubiak making him the first read? Because it seemed like the first read is going to Shaheed a lot. It seemed like the first read is going to Shaheed, and if Shaheed not there, they have a player that Carr could dump it off to, whether it's a tight end or Alvin Kamara be his safety blanket. Like some certain receivers, they quarterback proof. It don't really matter who's at quarterback. They're going to get their numbers. I ain't comparing Olave to Mike Thomas, but we seen Mike Thomas do it. When Drew Brees went down, we seen Teddy Bridgewater come in the game, and Mike Thomas still got his numbers. We seen Taysom Hill come in the game. Mike Thomas still got his numbers. Some people are just quarterback proof. It don't really matter who's throwing them the ball. If they a dog, they a dog. Just like Pitts. I thought Pitts was going to be better when he got Kirk Cousins, but he ain't just all that impressive to me at the tight end position right now. I think he a bust. So, but if you was a dog, it ain't gonna matter who you got out there throwing you the ball. Pammy Whammy says Sean set us all the way up, cross the high bastard. Yeah, man. Sean set us up with Mickey. Told him Dennis Allen to be a good choice for a defensive coordinator. And look where it got us, bro. I mean, will be a good choice for a head coach, by him having such good defensive coordinator years, but look where it got us. And right now, Sean just poaching all our players. They got Troutman, they got A.T. Perry, they got LaJordan Humphreys. Look out for a revenge game from Jordan Humphreys. Look out for a revenge game from A.T. Perry, the Fishman Troutman. Look out for a revenge game from Pete Carmichael himself. And I'm wondering is Olave going to even get 1,000 yards? Say what you want about Pete Carmichael 2 years in a row. Olave got 1,000 yards. Pete Carmichael got that man 1,000 yards. Clint Kubiak can't get him the ball. But me, I still personally think that Olave and Carr don't like each other. That's just me. Y'all know me. I got my own opinion. I don't care what nobody say in that locker room. I don't care what no Saints podcaster telling me, no media personality telling me. I don't care about the political correct stuff they gonna say in the locker room. I don't think Chris Olave and Derek Carr too much like each other. We seen how Chris Olave was after the game when when Carr kind of put it on Chris Olave when he ran the right route. But who came to Chris Olave defense? Not the coach. It was Michael Thomas. See, all this stuff, everybody was like, come back, Michael Thomas, come back. Michael Thomas knew Michael Thomas seen the writing on the wall. Yeah, them first 2 weeks was good, but Mike Thomas, all this stuff that's going out, Mike Thomas probably seen all this fall ahead before we did. He just knew it's going to be a matter of time. You only as good as your weakest link, and you only as good as your depth. And all season, I've been saying, get depth, get depth, get depth, because all it takes is an injury or two, and then we're gonna really see what you're really made of. Like, even if it wasn't McCoy and Taysom hurt right now, it could have been the same type of bad situation if it was Olave and AK, if it was Shaheed and Fuaga. You know, you're only as good as your weakest link. You're only as good as your depth. And when it comes to head coaching, Dennis Allen, like your boy Emmanuel was saying about Robert Saleh that got fired from the Jets. I know it's a lot of Jets fans right now so relieved and so happy and so excited for the future. I envy that. Robert Saleh got fired here, and that boy Emmanuel was saying, man, he's doing good as a defensive coordinator, but he's doing terrible as a head coach. It's a difference. It's a difference. When you're the head coach, you're the overseer of everything. You're the overseer of all. You know? And if you're doing a bad job at that, then you just not cut out for the job. And if you going at Mickey telling him with all these excuses, oh, well, Mickey, look what happened in week 1. Look what happened in week 2. Oh, you need everything perfect then. Oh, so you need everything perfect for you to have success. So when you face adversity, you can't rise up to the occasion is what you're telling me. Every team that's going to the playoffs, they all going to face their adversity throughout the season. Every team that's going to the playoffs is going to all face their adversity going throughout the season. So I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the excuses from last year. Last year we said, oh yeah, man, we only missed the playoffs because we lost the Packers game. Just imagine you at work and a random coworker tell you, oh yeah, I'm a Titans fan. Yeah, man, we was 2-0 last season, but the only reason we missed the playoffs because we lost a week 3 game that was the tiebreaker, and it knocked us out the playoffs. So the other 14 weeks ain't count. You just going off to the week 3 loss. Look how crazy that sound. I'm tired of the excuses, bro. I'm tired of the excuses. It's gonna be the same. You need everything perfect to go your way. You need the stars, the moon, and the zodiac time and all this and all that. Nah, man, I'm tired of this shit. The hell with that. And the catch-22 is Spence Rattler going out there and saving Dennis Allen's job. That's the catch-22 right there. Because I want Spence Rattler to do good, but god damn. Look at the cost. And I know they got some Derek Carr supporters and some Dennis Allen supporters. They want to put the blame on Clint Kubiak so it can knock off the blame on Dennis Allen. They want to put the blame on, oh, it's the offensive line. It ain't Derek Carr. They want to so if Spencer Rattler go out there and don't show up, even though he's a rookie, even though Jake Haener is technically, having his first start as a rookie in the NFL game, whether it be either which one, if they go out there and have a bad game, they're gonna say, "Oh, you see, it went Derek Carr." But you comparing an 11-year vet to a 2nd-year player to a rookie. So a lot of them, they secretly wanting them to do bad just to justify their narrative for Derek Carr. They'll never tell you that though. They're gonna tell you, "Oh man, I'm black and gold. It don't matter who out there." Nah, a lot of people got their own agendas. I'm just the one that's gonna be the one that's gonna say it. A lot of people got their own agendas. Everybody got their picks and chooses and their favorites. But I can tell you right now, Dennis Allen get fired. Whatever head coach come up in here next, if he don't do a good job, it's not gonna make me miss Dennis Allen. I can tell you that right now. If he do a bad job, the next head coach, if things don't pan out, guess what? Go find another. Just like a quarterback. If Spence Rattler don't do good, guess what? Go find another one. You keep on rolling the dice until you hit. And shoot, eventually you're going to hit. You seen all the quarterbacks the Redskins had to go through? Go look at all the quarterbacks the Redskins went through for the past 15 years. Now, shoot, they hit like a motherfucker. Go look at all the quarterbacks the Bears went through. They hit like a motherfucker. I'm ready to hit. And we only going to find that out if we go put Spence Rattler on that field. Go put Jake Hand on the field. I don't give a damn. We're only gonna find that out if we let these guys go out there and prove themselves. But you're gonna have to call defenders, you're gonna have to call Kardashians, the call supporters. As soon as these guys do bad, they're gonna be like, you see, it wasn't Derek Carr. And then if they do good, they're gonna be like, well, Clint Kubiak wasn't calling good games for Derek Carr. It's gonna always be an excuse to fit somebody's narrative. It's gonna always be an excuse to fit somebody's narrative. You know, I just want y'all to always remember that. Let me see. We got T Dirty up in here. What up, T Dirty? Addison, T Dirty Facts. I said that when I seen the Jets let theirs go. Yeah, you talking about the head coach that got fired? Blackwoods Dennis. I feel don't like black quarterbacks though. Now, see, one thing about that Backwoods, they're gonna say, well, if Dennis Allen don't like black quarterbacks, why come he went after Deshaun Watson? Sometimes, you know, when you got an elite talent like that that's on the market, you're gonna say, man, hell with that. I'm going to try to get this dude. This dude elite. Because at the time, Deshaun Watson was elite. I don't know what happened to it. It just seemed like the Monsters, the Space Jam just sucked all his powers away. I don't know. But, you know, and I don't think Dennis Allen racist or nothing, but I can tell you one thing. I feel like if we would have went with Jameis Winston instead of Derek Carr, we wouldn't be worse than 2-3 right now. Ain't like we would be 0-4 or 1-3 or 1-4. We wouldn't be worse. And then if we had it, Jameis Winston, we would still had a lot of money saved up. We would still had a lot of money to bolster the roster around him. We would have had more money to add depth on the offensive line and be able to withstand an injury or two. It'd have probably been way easier to get Devontae Adams right now had we had Jameis Winston. Had we had Jameis Winston, we could have bolstered up the pass rush. Could have bolstered up the safety position. Probably could have got Justin Simmons. Never know. Dude ain't got no backbone. I'll tell Dennis Allen, excuse these nuts. Shadur Sanders 2025. Well, see, the thing about Shadur Sanders, I think he's going to be good, but I think Shadur Sanders, I think his daddy ain't going to allow him to go to most teams. They only got a select few teams that I think Deion gonna let Sanders go to. Just like how Eli Manning, his daddy ain't want him going to San Diego. So when San Diego drafted him, they said trade me or I'm not playing. You know, so he got traded to the Giants. So I think that's gonna be the same thing that Deion gonna do. And I don't think Deion gonna want his son coming to the Saints. That's just me. I just watched your video, T Dirty. I agree with you. DA and DC folk gotta go. Hey man, I've been saying this. I've been saying this since before the season started. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead on and give him. Well, nah. My last chance was last season. What I'm talking about? My last chance was last season. You know, I felt like this season we had a shot only because the division was weak, and I still feel like the division weak. I feel like they ain't got no contenders in this division. I don't think the Falcons are a contender, legit. I don't think the Bucs are a contender, legit. I think all these teams got their fair share of problems, and all these teams are just good enough to look solid. They just like the Seahawks. The Seahawks are a team that, man, they could beat any team on any day, but they also could just lose a game on any day. You know, and at the end of the season, they're gonna all have respectable records. So, but there's no contenders. Not I don't believe that. He's gonna pull a Trump move, save his own self. Hey man, Dennis Allen gonna have all the excuses in the book, man. He gonna say he needed this, he needed that. You know, Clint Kubiak play calling was bad and all this and all that. And Clint Kubiak, he do need to get his mind right when it comes to the play calling. Like, I feel like when Carlos, the offensive line was doing pretty well. Yeah, he was getting pressure over and over, but I don't think people were just in Carr's face. For the contract Carr got, the way the offensive line blocked for him in pass protection, I think he could have made more plays. That's all I'm going to say. Now, Mason Tipton, I ain't going to lie, he could have made more catches. But That was on them to go put Mason Tipton out there. They could have put Cedric Wilson out there. He's a veteran. Maybe he could have been more trustworthy. A.T. Perry, he showed you he probably not good when it comes to practice, but when it comes to game day, I guess a lot of people feel like he's reliable. So we're going to have to see. I'm not high on Sanders. I like Jalen Milroe, though. Yeah, man. I just wonder if we're going to take a quarterback in the first round. Like, that's my thing. I don't think we're going to be that bad to take a quarterback in the first round, because if we do take a quarterback in the first round, I think we're going to have to at least be top 10. I don't think we're going to be that bad to be top 10. We're going to be probably middle of the pack picking in the draft, like 16 and all this and all that. And a lot of people feel like, oh, why would you want Dennis Allen to lose and all this and all that for a better draft? It's more than a draft pick. I'd rather Dennis Allen fired and have the number 16 pick than keep Dennis Allen and have a number 9 pick. That's just me. Because I feel like as long as we got him, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going to win nothing of significance. I don't care what nobody say. Like I say, I'm a different person. I don't care what no Saints podcaster say. I don't care what no media personality say. I don't care what nobody in their locker room say. They're going to say the politically correct stuff. You think they're going to really give you their honest opinion on these people? Why you think when they come out, why you think when these 30 for 30 documentaries come out and people not with the team, not with the organization, they really get the chance to really say how they really feel? Not everybody are Michael Thomas and just going to say how they really feel right then and there. During the damn game. Not everybody are Michael Thomas. And you see where that got him. He on the couch right now, and they got plenty of teams could use a wide receiver. Shoot, Denver win a few more games. You know, he'll be lucky if Sean Payton call him. Let's see. I'm over at Jerry. I know T Dirty. We're not going anywhere with this team, but straight to the couch. Powerhouse, and he can throw the ball day. And I guess y'all talking about Milroe. Yeah, man. Milroe, yeah, he big, bro. He big like what that dude name is? Josh Allen. Like that's the type of quarterbacks that, you know, they could take them hits and all that. So we're gonna have to see. But I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna go ahead on and put the link down in the chat if anybody want to come in and come talk. Y'all tired of me running my mouth. Put the link down in the chat, man. If y'all got any, you know, thoughts on what y'all feel like who's gonna start this game versus the Bucs. Man, and the Bucs, you gotta remember, the Bucs not only are they still mad about that Falcons loss, they got that Falcons loss in their mouth right now that they still mad about. They playing for Tampa. Tampa had a big, huge hurricane hit them, and you know, a lot of people had to evacuate, and even Tampa, the Buccaneers had to evacuate and come to the New Orleans early. So they was in our hotels early and all that. So they're playing for like the city. Like they got the city on their back right now. Like them people right there, a lot of their hope is in the damn team. You remember how it was with Rita, and you remember how it was with Katrina and stuff? Well, I'm thinking about Rita with the Texans, but yeah, man, like when you have these disasters and stuff, you know, a lot of times, a lot of your hope just come from a sports team. As crazy as that might sound. So they trying to go win for them citizens out there. Not only that, you got Todd Bowles as a defensive coordinator, defensive-minded head coach. He's going to be sending all type of exotic blitzes and different looks at Jake Haener, at Spence Rattler. I think it's going to be a tough time. It's going to be a real tough time. But the funny thing going to be is if Chris Olave targets go up. Now, let's just say Chris Olave targets go up with Jake Haener or Spence Rattler in the game. And then let's just say Cole come back and then his targets go down. What would that mean? Is that a Clint Kubiak thing? Is that a Derek Carr thing? Like, Chris Olave is getting open. Like, it ain't like he's out there, you know, getting double coverage and, you know, teams just locking him down. He's getting open, but why he's not getting the ball? You know? And like I said, we just too dependent on these damn deep shots. Like, we can't go up the field methodically unless the run is working. And that's crazy. You know? And if you that dependent on a Taysom Hill, that should be a lot about you. Because all these other teams ain't even got a Taysom Hill. We the only team in the league that got a luxury of a Taysom Hill. Sean Payton out there winning with Bo Nix, and I bet y'all can't even name 3 other players on that offense. Sutton out there doing well. LaJordan Humphrey, he all right. They got 2 good running backs. They got Williams. They got another good running back. But other than that, they ain't really just got a lot of playmakers like that. So Sean out there winning, and they ain't got no big name receivers. We got Rashid Shaheed. I guess he's a big name now. We got Chris Olave. He's a big name. And they ain't got no Taysom Hill. We got the luxury of a Taysom Hill, but we that dependent on a luxury that we got that nobody else got. Mind you, Taysom Hill is 35. Mind you, all these vets getting old. We got Demario Davis. He getting old. He ain't looking like the same Demario Davis I've been seeing. Last season, we thought that, and then he started turning it up. The season before, we thought that he started turning it up. But it's going to be a season where these guys just going to hit a decline. And maybe this is the season where all of them do. Tyrann Mathieu lost a step. He out there slipping versus Juju. That's how Juju caught that big old long play. Tyrann Mathieu was on him, just slipped. Looked like he fell on a banana. And a lot of these guys, they're getting banged up and hurt. And shoot, when you 30, 35, 36, 37, 38 years old out there playing, these injuries don't heal up as fast as they used to, like when you was 27, 28. Taysom Hill, this dude been getting banged up since BYU. So we just too dependent on these veterans, and we too dependent on a gadget player like Taysom Hill. And deep shots. We can't move the ball up methodically up the field unless we just running the ball. And we couldn't establish the run against the Chiefs. That's why we only did like 4 play actions throughout the whole game. And Chase Young, shoot, they was bringing up some stats talking about, oh yeah, man, he had a lot of pressures, with the versus the Chiefs, but man, are you getting home? Like pressures, it's one thing if the pressure is right in your face, and it's another thing if the pressure, if a guy just near you, but it didn't really phase the quarterback. Or if a guy coming around you and the quarterback step up in the pocket or evade the pocket. So are you getting home? Like I say, man, Chase Young, that was once in a lifetime type of thing. When you get a guy under 25 and he's on a free agent market. It was a reason why a lot of other teams ain't take him. I think it was the neck surgery thing, and on top of that, I think he just take plays off. Yeah, you could look at the stats at the end of the game, or go look at the film. Go look at the film. The film ain't gonna lie. You might see him just taking off on a lot of different plays. And on a lot of different plays, who's to say they might have been getting first downs on them. That make or break a team when you keeping drives alive. That's all I'm gonna say. Molly, that Bob Marley portrait fire. Yeah, man, my uncle gave me this portrait. I really just use it for decoration. I don't really just listen to a lot of Bob Marley like that, to be honest. I just put it up for decoration in my spot. But yeah, man, I got the link in the chat right now. If anybody want to come on and talk, I know it's late night. I know y'all done probably been talking on a lot of other podcasts, but feel free to come talk in if y'all want to. But if not, I could go on some more. Because I still got a lot to say. Kendre Miller, he might make his debut. But we got to remember, Kendre Miller, he ain't practiced all through camp. Like, one of the first times of training camp, when it was time to practice, he got injured on the first play. So, who's to say he even know this offense like that? He ain't been practicing in it. He only practiced since, yesterday? Well, not yesterday, but he only practiced since a couple of days before the game. And mind you, it's a short week. We played on Monday. Now we got to play again on a short week Sunday. Then we got another short week against Sean Payton on Thursday. Sean Payton, the last guy that you want to go against on the short week. Sean Payton game planning for the Saints right goddamn night. So, Kendre Miller, yeah, he ain't really just and I think he don't be studying. Remember last year they said there was players in the locker room. Remember Alvin said, "Yeah, man, we got players here who need to take things more seriously and all that." Man, Alvin Kamara need to be the goddamn coach. He got more backbone than Dennis Allen. But anyway, that's another story. He said, it's guys that taking 100% effort in studying their plays in the playbook and knowing their assignments. Remember last year we were just seeing guys running the same routes look like. I think they was talking about Trevor Penning, Kendrick Miller, and A.T. Perry. That's what I think. Me personally. If I just had to think of anybody on the team that wouldn't study in their plays, all them dudes fit the bill. All them dudes fit the bill to me, in my eyes. Probably a few defensive players too. Probably a few of them. I just think these guys were probably in Dennis Allen doghouse for a reason. So, and on top of that, you injured, so you don't know your plays, and you injured, and you probably at a high heel, you probably talking back to the coaches and stuff. Oh no, they ain't about to take that. But it's gonna be a damn sure interesting game to watch. Like, the Bucs, they match up with us good, bro. Like, they can stop Kamara, so that's gonna be tough right there. Like, Kamara gonna be Jake Hanna or Spence Rattler best friend. That's gonna be their safety blanket. Kamara's the safety valve. So it's like if they could shut Kamara and Taysom Hill down from the run, and you gotta pass. Yeah, they got a bad pass defense, but if they know you passing and you don't really have much experience, shoot, you give them the nod when it comes to the matchup. You give them the nod. Now the good thing about it, we're gonna see Mike Evans versus Lattimore again. Like, everybody had their popcorn ready for that matchup. So we damn sure gonna see Lattimore go against Mike Evans, and Mike Evans is having a hell of a season right now. He's got the yardage, he's got the touchdowns. Baker Mayfield having a hell of a season right now. Let me tell you, I think Baker Mayfield the best quarterback in the division right now. Kirk Cousins, yeah, they've been on like a little win streak, but if I just had to pick who the best quarterback that's been consistently playing good throughout this season, I think it'd be Baker Mayfield. And he just got that. He got that moxie that he brash. He the players behind him, like, he just fun to watch. He's like, man, bro, it's just different. It's night and day between him and Derek Carr to me. Like, Derek Carr, I can't explain it, bro. Like, Derek Carr just so cringe to me. When everything just going right, he want to do Michael Jackson moonwalks and and all this and all that. But when things go wrong, and just he like to place blame on other stuff. And I can't stand that, bro. I can't stand him and Dennis Allen. Both of them dudes, two peas of the pot. That's why I can't stand them dudes, bro. Like, I want them two dudes gone so bad, bro. And then if they gone, I think the fan base could be back in unison. Because right now you just see so much of a divide in the fan base. Like, when we had Sean and Drew, there was one thing you ain't worried about. Like, at least most of the fan base, they liked Sean and Drew. Like, we disagreed on other stuff. We disagreed on, yeah, man, this player need to go. That player need to go. And a lot of times, a majority of everybody kind of agree. Like, yeah, that player do need to kind of go. But other than that, at least we were in unison when it came to the head coach and the quarterback. We were stable right there. But now we just so divided and all that. You got your people who are cape for Dennis Allen, cape for Derek Carr. If Dennis Allen go, we ain't gonna be good on defense. Man, get the hell out of here with that. I feel like this team talented. This defense is talented enough to have another good defensive coordinator come up in here and do just as good, if not better, than Dennis Allen. Maybe the next defensive coordinator know how to stop a tight end. Maybe the next defensive coordinator know how to stop a scrambling quarterback. Maybe the next defensive coordinator know how to stop the run. I was listening to Dolph. He had somebody on this show. He was like, what's Dennis Allen's signature playoff wins as the defensive coordinator? Because if he ain't got no playoff wins as a head coach, he'd be lucky to even sniff the playoffs. But even as a defensive coordinator, what's his signature win? I had a hard time really thinking. I think he had a good win against the Eagles, maybe when we played Nick Foles and Marshawn Lattimore caught the pick. That probably was a good game. But what was a game where you just said, man, boy, if we ain't had Dennis Allen as the defense coordinator, we would have lost this game. I had a hard time thinking. Maybe y'all can refresh my memory. Y'all let me know. But I really feel like the talent that we have on this defense make Dennis Allen look better than what he actually is. You know, when he faces adversity, then look at the clutch times in the defense. Like the clutchest time we made a play was the damn Marshawn Lattimore pick when we had Nick Foles. And thank God Alshon Jeffrey had slipped, because I think Alshon Jeffrey slipped and fell, and then Marshawn Lattimore made a play on the ball. And me, I ain't gonna call that a gift. Shit, they made a mistake. We capitalized. Marshawn Lattimore caught the ball. He caught the pick. He was in position to catch the ball, catch the pick. If that was Jason David or if that was Brandon Browner, it would have just been an incompletion because he probably wouldn't even have been in the right position to even catch the pick in the first place. So my thing is this: when it comes to Dennis Allen, sure, I feel like he just got a lot of good luck when it comes to the talent on the defense. He came in right when we got a Marcus Williams. Very good range. Know how to cover that back end on that safety. Marshawn Lattimore shut the whole side of the field down. We just had got Demario Davis. Cam Jordan was just breaking into his prime. Got Trey Hendrickson. And guess who else we had? Malcolm Brown. That's when we were stopping the run consistently, going multiple years consecutively without giving up 100-yard rushes to one rusher. As soon as Malcolm Brown left, we can't stop the run no more. People be calling me crazy, though. People call me a negative fan, fake fan. All I'm doing is calling out the real. Everybody else, they ain't going to say it. I'm going to say it. I really feel like them boys benefited off that 2017 draft with that damn talent. You can't tell me this Steve Spagnuolo in the Chiefs, you know, just turned things around when he got to Kansas City. No, he didn't have no talent when he was with the Saints. That Saints defense ain't have no talent. We had Corey right out there slipping and falling, looking at the bright lights. We had a lot of guys out there just garbage. Alohi Kakaha. I remember a lot of them names, bro. We just had some garbage players, bro. We had some garbage players. You know, you can't tell me if Spagnuolo had more talent, we wouldn't have more success on defense. And Sean Payton, he benefited from the 2017 draft too. It just so happened we got Ryan Ramczyk. It just so happened we got Alvin Kamara. We had the defensive and offensive rookies of the whole year in that same draft. That extended Sean Payton and Drew Brees' time with the Saints. I think Sean Payton was looking for his out, trying to go to Miami. And I think Drew Brees was thinking about retirement. You know? But what do I know? I'm just a fan. I'm just a couch GM. We got Booker up in here. Thanks, Booker. Who that? We got T Dirt that says he look delusional fans. Jerry said he's gonna stay in the chat. That's cool, Jerry. Got Raheem says defense good, but give up big plays when need to stop for the win. That's every time. Man, this been going on a lot. This been going on since Dennis Allen was just the defensive coordinator. And I think it was been going on before Dennis Allen even got here. Like that just been the tough breaks of the Saints. You know? So you mean to tell me you can't get stops in the clutch. You can't stop the run. You can't stop a good tight end. You can't stop a mobile quarterback. You can't stop a good quarterback that don't even need to run. You can't stop superior teams with, you know, good coaching and, you know, good talent. That don't sound like a recipe for success in the playoffs to me. That sounds like a first-round exit, even if you make it. Because that's all you're going to see. Teams with good running backs, good tight ends, good quarterbacks, good head coaches, scrambling quarterbacks, teams that know how to make a drive late and could get a clutch win. That's all you're going to see in the playoffs. Dennis Allen never won more than 3 games in a row. But y'all think he could go to the playoffs and win 4 games straight against all the good teams? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. I'm at work, but I'm listening. Hey, that's what's up, T Dirty. Thanks for the support, bro. Raheem said, like Kansas City, it was like 2nd and 3rd or something, and they got a first down. And when you're a good team, you're going to be able to convert that type of stuff. When you're a good team, it don't really matter the adversity you get put in front of you. When you're a bad team, that's when it matters. When you're a good team, you figure out, okay, we ain't got our wide receiver 1, we ain't got our wide receiver 2, we ain't got our running back 1, we ain't got our running back 2. We're going to go tight end heavy on these motherfuckers. They already can't stop the tight end, so we're going to put 4 tight ends on the field. They ain't got the safeties. They ain't got the linebackers. Tyrann Mathieu too small. These big old safeties, 6'2", 6'3", he lost a step too small. Jordan Howden ain't got enough good experience. Jonathan Abrams, too slow. Will Harris been playing decent. I give it to him. He been playing decent. But he'll give up a player too. It's a reason why we tried to get Justin Simmons so bad. It's a reason why we tried to get Justin Simmons so bad. Dennis Allen kept telling you they wanted more out the safety position. A lot of them interceptions that we was getting, it was Bryce Young. You know, we got some other picks though. The good thing about the Saints, they can stop teams from scoring in the red zone. But the thing about the Saints, they're giving up yards, letting teams get to the red zone. Yeah, you can stop teams in the red zone, but they getting to the red zone in the first place consistently. So you're giving up a lot of yardage. It's time for a change, though. This team will not be bad enough to get a top 5 pick and will be just good enough to be drafting in the middle like every damn year. Just the average mediocre team. I'm just tired. Well, that's the definition of mediocrity, T Dirty. You're going to be straddling along from 7 to 9 wins. You ain't going to be good enough to get 10 wins. And you ain't going to be bad enough to be 6 or below. You're going to be 7 to 9. 7 wins, solid. 8 wins, you right a game under from being having a winning season. 9 wins, you 1 game above having a losing season. So you look at 9 wins, you say, oh, we got a winning season. But you look at you probably could have had a losing season too, you know. But I really feel like, you know, I ain't worried about draft position. Like a lot of people worry about draft position and all that. I'm also worried about Dennis Allen not getting that extension. Like I don't want Dennis Allen to get that extension. You know. And like I said, if Spencer Rattler start, it's gonna be a catch-22 because he gonna be the motherfucker that's gonna preserve Dennis Allen's job if he do good and start winning games. And I still feel like Dennis Allen ain't the right head coach to lead us to significance. So I think the best thing that can happen is if, you know, we win games because of the offense and the defense giving up a lot of points. And they're going to have to come up with a decision like, man, look, we got Spencer Rattler, we got Clint Kubiak, they cooking. We're going to have to let you go, Dennis Allen. We're going to have to give you your walking papers. And Clint Kubiak, I'm not even sure if he head coach material. Like, this dude like to be in the skybox. He don't want to be down up there with the team and all that. Like, I feel like you in the skybox and you don't want to be down there getting a feel for the team and getting a feel for the players. I feel like that kind of tell you that tell me something how you is as a leader of men. Like, I don't know if it's Clint Kubiak the right man for the job. Maybe we got to go with a Ben Johnson. But then even with him, he scared me too because he want all these different things. You want a big, long, lengthy contract, all this money. You want some type of control over the team and all that. And you ain't proved nothing. You the Caleb Williams of coaching. You ain't proved nothing yet. So he kind of scaring me. A lot of people talking about Brian Flores. I don't know if I want a defensive coordinator. I don't know if I want a defensive minded head coach. Like the way the league going, I want an offensive minded head coach. I'm more at ease when I know my offense gonna be able to cook because the coach is offensive minded. I'm more at ease when it's like that. You know, because I feel like if your offense could cook, you just need a defense to get 1 or 2 stops when you need it most. That's how it was when we won the Super Bowl. That defense went good when we won the Super Bowl. The boys was giving up yards like a motherfucker. They were just so opportunistic. They got all them picks. Thank God we had your boy out there in the secondary. He had 9 picks. I ain't gonna speak his name. Y'all know his name. I ain't gonna speak his name though. But other than that, we was getting turnovers. But we was giving up a lot of yards. But if you got that head coach that's offensive minded, and you got that quarterback that's gonna make the plays. What's the key to the winning? Having more points than the other team. So if you got more points than the other team, you're gonna win. So I want an offensive minded head coach to come up in here and cook with a good quarterback, and hopefully the defense could get a stop or 2 that's gonna really just seal a deal. I'd rather that than have a defense that's good and have an offense that, you know, gonna only do real good here and there. Like, damn that. Damn that. Pete Clint got Clint out here looking like Pete right now, man. Pete gonna see us in 2 weeks. Pete gonna say, I got something for your ass. And it's gonna be funny because it's gonna be Pete. Well, it's gonna be Pete going against Dennis Allen. Pete gonna draw up the game plan. Sean Payton gonna call the plays though. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see the matchups. Addison says, if we get good play from Rattler or Jake, if we get good play, Rattler and Jake, I'm going back to the O-line for the draft. I feel like we got to go back to the offensive line for the draft anyway. Like, I feel like on the offense, I think we need a tight end. I think we need an offensive lineman. I think we need another receiver. That's what I think we need. Quarterback, the jury is out. We got to see how these guys play. You know, Spence Rattler, he like about to be 25 next year. Like, we ain't got time to just keep on having this dude shelved and developed, and then by the time he starts, he's 27. Like, we ain't got time for that. We got to see what he got right now. This is the best chance to see what he got right now. You know, and they got Dennis Allen, you know. And that's the thing about Dennis Allen. If we start losing these games, that's going to be his built-in excuse to get another year. I can't shake this dude, bro. Dang. That's why I was hoping that if anything happened, I wanted Derek Carr to stay healthy. Because I know if Derek Carr was going to miss some time this year, I said, man, that's going to be Dennis Allen. Perfect excuse. It's going to be his perfect outing to Mickey Loomis to get another chance. God dang. Jerry G said it's like a roller coaster. Yeah, man, it is. But yeah, Edison, I feel like we do need to go back to the offensive line. I feel like we need another wide receiver. Like, I think Spence Rattler, I think Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, they could do a lot of similar things. We need another wide receiver that could do something different. You look at the Texans wide receivers, they all could do different things. So in any situation, you got a guy that you could trust. You got Nico Collins. You got Stephon Diggs. You got Tank Dell. You got a whole nother wide receiver that's good too. So they really got like 4. So you in any situation where it's like, okay, we need a guy to go over the middle. We need a guy to take the top off. We need a guy that's gonna be on some hitman missions for us. Like, you got a guy that's gonna be able to produce in any situation. Same with the 49ers. They got Jawan Jennings. They got Deebo Samuels. They got Brandon Ayuk. Same with the Seahawks. They got DK Metcalf. They got Tyler Lockett. They got JSN. And I feel like we need a big body guy. I feel like we need a big body guy that's going to go across the middle and be on them hitman missions for us. You know, yeah, man, it's 3rd and 7. I'm throwing the ball to you. Be ready. Just once you do your double move, it's going to be right there. I'm going to put it right in your bread basket. You come down with it. It's going to be across the middle. The safety might hit you, but we need you to come down with it. We need this first down to seal the game. I think they could trust Olave to do that, but if they double cover Olave, you will want somebody else to be able to step up and be able to come down with the catch. Rashid Shaheed, they just sent him on drag routes. They be sending Shaheed on nothing but drag ball. They use Shaheed like we used to use Derry Henderson and Robert Meacham. All Shaheed doing is just going right straight. That's all Shaheed be doing. I know he be tired after the game, boy. Goddamn. Yeah, because it seemed like Mickey ain't moving on from Dennis. Man, I think if we just really bottom out, I think Mickey Loomis gonna have no choice, bro. Because at the end of the day, they care about their bottom line. You talking about Tom Landry and you talking about Bill Belichick doing all these comparisons to Dennis Allen on how these other coaches started out. Man, nobody want to hear that shit. Mind you, a lot of them teams, I think they had good franchise quarterbacks, and it was in a different era back then. You know, like Dennis Allen probably would have been a good head coach if he was a head coach in the 70s. You ain't got to worry about all this goddamn motion. You ain't got to worry about all these fast ass tight ends, fast ass running backs, and all this type of stuff. Sure, but yeah, man, it's gonna be very interesting, bro. Like, I just want to see who's gonna get the nod. I really think Dennis Allen, he's gonna go with the safe choice. He's gonna go with Jake Haener. I think Jake Haener played against the Bucs, right? Like, didn't Jake Haener play against the Bucs in preseason last year or something? But we're gonna have to see though. Like, all I know is I don't really care if it's Jake Haener. I don't really care if it's Spencer Rattler. Like, whoever gonna go out there, it's gonna be a damn sure interesting game to see what these guys got. Because believe it or not, Jake Haener got a lot of fans that would like to see him starting too. Of course, majority of the fan base want to see Rattler out there, but you still got your Jake Haener fans out there saying, "Man, this is more the guy." So Jerry said, "I've had enough of this buddy system, man." That's how they operating, bro. They operate like their mom and pop shop. Like, you know, they just gonna keep things in house, bro. And, you know, sometimes that's good, but I just really feel like I want a whole new vision for this team to come in with a new set of eyes, a new set of ideas. You know, like Dennis Allen, I just want this experiment to be over with. You know, I'm tired of chopping wood. I'm tired of chopping wood. I'm tired of these guys keep doing what they're doing. Like, I want a whole new culture to come up in this building, bro. You know, a lot of these teams, they done got new head coaches, and they doing pretty good right now. The Chargers, they doing all right. They doing better than what they had with Brandon Staley. And I bet you a lot of them fans, they damn sure happy that Brandon Staley gone. You got the Commanders, they got Dan Quinn. I'm sure a lot of them guys, they happy Ron Rivera gone. Atlanta, they got Arthur Smith up out of there. They got Raheem Morris. I bet you they happy Arthur Smith gone. I just want to be that fan that could get rid of Dennis Allen. And I told you, I don't care what the next head coach come up in here and do. It ain't gonna make me miss Dennis Allen, not one bit. If he failed, go ahead on and just try again. You know, that's all. Yeah, Addison says, I might be the only one, but I'm gonna miss Mike Thomas. No Diddy. He was really tripping, or was the game that DA and Carr wasn't winners? Man, when he said that DA and Carr weren't winners, he was absolutely correct. Like, you know, they're not winners, but I think he was tripping for writing that on Twitter during the game. Like, it's just certain things you can't do. Like, when you're in the league, when you do stuff, you got a paper trail on you. Like, you got a digital footprint on you. Like, these other teams, they ain't gonna want that stuff coming to their organization. Like, yeah, you talented, but you've been injury prone these past couple of years, and you be doing all this other stuff. You know, bringing all this bad coverage to the team. Like, they don't want that stuff. They don't want to deal with that. I really feel like Michael Thomas, if he don't get signed this year, he gonna be right in that same type of he gonna be in that same type of pot with the Terrell Owens and Chad Johnson. Like, I remember when Chad Johnson and Terrell Owens, they were still trying to play, but nobody picked them up. But nobody just ain't want all that extra stuff with their team. You know, you bringing up too much extra stuff with the team. So I think he would be right in that same boat. And it's a shame because he was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. You know, Alvin Kamara was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Ryan Ramczyk was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. And this coaching staff they just, man, bro, they just blew it all up. They just blew it all up. Marshawn Lattimore, hopefully he could stay healthy. If he could stay healthy these last couple of years that he got in his prime, maybe he could make the Hall of Fame. But I think these last 3 seasons is probably gonna hurt his chances. Like, we got so many players on this squad that probably could have been in Hall of Fame negotiations or talks or whatever, but at least Cam gonna get it. And poor Cam, boy, they was talking about Cam on Twitter, talking about he need to go ahead on a retire. He affected the team and all this and all that. Cam had to come on in and defend himself, and that's crazy, dog. When you got to come on in and defend yourself, that means you just know you've seen it a lot, and you just want to just go ahead on and get something off your chest. And it's like, damn, bro. This is what we come down to, bro. Players got to defend their play on Twitter to fans. But this is Dennis Allen team, bro. This is Dennis Allen team. We're going to have to see. I was watching Matt Moscona. He was like, if we lose to the Bucs, that means in order to have at least a 10-7 record, we got to go 8-3. Now, the way this team has been looking, if we lose to the Bucs, do you trust the Saints to go 8-3 in order to have a double-digit season and win at least 10 games? Because me personally, I think to win a division, you're going to need at least 10 games to win a division. You're going to need at least 10 games to win this division. And if you want a wild card, you're going to need at least 10 games. So do you trust this team, if we lose to the Bucs, to go 8-3 the rest of the way? It's different when you look at it like that, huh? It's different. Like, damn, do I trust this team to only lose 3 more times if we lose to the Bucs? It's different when you look at it like that. I know. But I'm gonna give you some positives. I'm gonna give y'all some positives. I ain't gonna just be all negative. I'm gonna give you some positives for the Saints. The division's still up for grabs, in my opinion. Depending on how much time Derek Carr missed, I feel like they still probably can make it. They just gotta go at least 500 while he out. Then by the time Derek Carr come back, Eric McCoy will be back. This next game, we getting a lot of people back. Taysom will be back. Maybe Kendre Miller play. Pete Werner will be back. Maybe they're going to put a clob on Willie Gay hand. Just tell Willie Gay, just don't let Baker Mayfield scramble out the pocket. Just buy Baker Mayfield. Who else will be back? I can't think of that much. That's what I'm telling y'all. We not that much of an injury team like people making it seem right now. With this Derek Carr injury, yeah, he's looking bad. But before this Derek Carr injury, like, the only guy that was gonna miss a significant amount of weeks was Eric McCoy. Everybody else was just banged up or miss a game or two. Like, you could survive that. That's why I ain't really give no excuses. Now when your quarterback go down, that's kind of, it's like, okay, well, damn, the quarterback went down. If your quarterback missed the whole year, that's kind of a legit excuse. So if your quarterback missed a significant amount of time, that's kind of a legit excuse. And I didn't want that to happen because I didn't want Dennis Allen to get a legit excuse to buy himself another year. That's why if anybody got injured, I didn't want it to be no damn Derek Carr, because I wanted them two dudes to go down with the ship together. If the ship sank, I wanted both of them to go down with it together. But some other positive news. The NFC not too strong as the AFC. You still got the back end of the schedule. The back end of the schedule is not murderer's row. Like, the only games at the back end of the schedule that's going to be tough, I think the Rams game is going to be tough. By then, Puka and Cooper Kupp will be back. I think the Commanders game is going to be tough. They looking like a legit team right now. I did not see the Commanders being this good before the season started. We still got the Browns. The Browns, they match up with us very well. They got a good defense. They can stop the run. They got a good running back in Nick Chubb. They got a good tight end. It just depends on what Deshaun Watson you get. If Jameis Winston gonna start, that could be his revenge game. Other than that, we could beat a lot of them other teams. We could beat the Giants. Let me go to the schedule. Let me go ahead and pull up the schedule right now. Let's see. Saints schedule. All right, we got the Bucs. That's gonna be a tough game. We got the Broncos. That's gonna be a tough game. Sean Payton game planning for us right now. And then you gotta remember, we got the Bucs on a short week because we just played Monday. So it's a short week. So even if Kendrick Miller play, even if Taysom Hill play, all these guys gonna be practicing on a short week. But you kind of trust Taysom to come up in there and do a pretty good job anyway. When his number's called. But then you got a short week again after the Bucs game because you're gonna be playing Sean Payton. After we play Sean Payton, you get like a little mini bye because you plan on Thursday, so you get a mini bye. So by the time we play the Chargers, we should be back to, damn near full health if we ain't sustained no other injuries. So it should be full health by the time you play the Chargers, besides Derek Carr and Eric McCoy. Then this one the schedule kind of start getting a little, you feel like you can start really doing something. You play the Panthers. Panthers, that should be a for sure win. But you play at the Panthers. If they have Andy Dalton start that game, I'm sorry to tell y'all, I think the Panthers might be an upset. I ain't gonna lie. You're gonna have Andy Dalton revenge game. It's gonna be a lot of revenge game this season, seem like for the Saints. It's gonna be a lot of people got the Saints on their schedule trying to get some revenge versus Dennis Allen. But yeah, we got the Panthers game. I ain't gonna just circle that in as a win. But I'm gonna circle it in as a win, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lay an egg, especially if Andy Dalton play. We got the Falcons. They're gonna have to come to our house. That's gonna be a tough matchup. I think the Browns gonna be a tough matchup. I think the Rams gonna be a tough matchup because I think by that time Puka and what his name is, Cooper Kupp be healthy. The Giants, that could be a winnable game. You got the Commanders. That's gonna be very tough. You got the Packers. Damn. I forgot about the Packers. We got the Packers at the Packers house too. Like when it comes to me, it ain't just who you play, it's about the matchups. And it's, when you catch them. And we catching them in December at Lambeau. It's gonna be cold. Like we lost week 3 last year, but we lost week 3 when it was week 3. It was sunny out there that day. It's gonna be cold this day. So this gonna be tough. But the good thing about it, Eric McCoy will for sure be back, and Derek Carr for sure be back. So if you trying to make the playoffs and you got still a chance of hope in the playoffs by this time, at least you'll have your quarterback. You got the Raiders. That's a revenge game on both sides. Derek Carr gonna want to get his revenge against the Raiders, and I'm pretty sure the Raiders gonna want to just beat Derek Carr and Dennis Allen. I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to win that game. But the Raiders will probably be in full tank mode at this time. At this time, the Raiders will probably be looking at draft position. They'll probably be saying, man, you know what? We're going to sit our starters out and, they just going to basically let us have this game, especially if they in position to probably get a high pick. So they're going to probably want to be looking at a quarterback around this time or Travis Hunter or something. So, but and then on top of that, Gardner Minshew never beat a Dennis Allen team, so we got to remember that. Dennis Allen got Gardner Minshew number, but they won't have Devontae Adams at this time, so I can tell you that right now. And that's another thing about Devontae Adams. The Raiders got in a pickle now because the Saints, we just had loss and Derek Carr got injured. So it's like, damn, they thinking the Saints might do bad. So if we was to give them a second round pick, that second round pick might be good. But now the Jets, they fired their head coach. So they thinking well, they ain't got their head coach. They might start just, doing bad now. So it's like, damn, who the Raiders think gonna have a worse year out the Saints and the Jets? That's who they probably gonna give they Devontae Adams to. Or who's gonna be more desperate out the Saints and the Jets? Do Aaron Rodgers really want Devontae Adams now that the coach fired? Do the Saints really feel like we need Devontae Adams now because we ain't got Derek Carr? Who's going to be more desperate and give more to the Raiders? But it might be another team that just be like, man, you know what? We're gonna give you this and we're going to give you that. and we're gonna just stand on business like the Ravens, and they might send him to the Ravens, but I think the Ravens gonna have a pretty much good record. So I think they'll probably try to send him to another team. Now, if you send him to the Jets are in the AFC. You send him to the Saints are in the NFC. But I don't think they really care about that because the Jets ain't gonna be no Super Bowl contender no time soon anyway. Ain't like you sending him to your division. And then we got the Buccaneers as the last game of the year. That's gonna be a tough game. So I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's looking really tough. Like, I think all these games are damn sure a tough game. I think the easiest games left is the Panthers. I think the Browns matchup was good. I don't care what y'all talking about. I think the Panthers, the Raiders, and the Giants. The Panthers, the Raiders, and the Giants are the three games that I could just say, okay, I could see the Saints winning them games. All the rest of these games, I think we could either lose or it's just a real tough game. It's just a real tough game. Then you got to remember, who's to say Derek Carr be back for the Panthers game? Man, we probably lose to that Panthers game, though. Hold on, man. Hold on. Okay, so we play the Bucs, we play the Broncos, we play the Chargers. After the Broncos game, we get a mini bye for the Chargers, and then we play the Panthers. If Derek Carr don't come back for that Panthers game, we probably could lose that game. If we lose that Panthers game, the season over. We lose the Broncos game, a lot of people feel like the season over. Do y'all feel like we lose the Broncos game as the season will be over? Y'all put it in the chat. I ain't gonna lie. It's looking tough. It's looking tough. And the Chargers, they ain't no hoe either. They got a good defense. They got a good head coach. They got a good quarterback. They got a good running back. I don't know what their tight end is, but shit. Yeah, man. A lot of people sleeping on that Panthers game. And then get this. After the Panthers game is the Falcons. So we play two division games back to back. If Derek Carr missed this Panthers game and this Falcons game, it's a wrap. And see, that's the thing. Who has a higher ceiling, Jake Haener or Spence Rattler? I think Spence Rattler's ceiling is Jordan Love. I think Jake Haener's ceiling is Gardner Minshew, Trevor Siemian. If any one of these dudes hit their ceiling, you got a higher ceiling with Jake Haener. I mean, you got a higher ceiling with Spence Rattler. So if Spence Rattler could win you a couple of games while Derek Carr out, you possibly could save your season by still making the playoffs or saving your job if you Dennis Allen. And like I say, that's the catch-22 with me because it's like I don't want to see Dennis Allen get his job saved. God damn. Unless the offense do good, the defense do bad. Like, that's the only way. That's the only way. But, yeah, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because it's like after every game that's going to be tough, you'll have an easy one, but then you'll have another one right behind that one that's going to be tough. Because, look, you got the Buccaneers, tough. Broncos, tough. Chargers, tough. Panthers, pretty easy, right? But do we got Derek Carr at this time? That's the caveat. You got the Falcons right after the Panthers, tough. The Browns, tough. Rams, tough. Then after the Rams, you got the Giants. That should be pretty easy. And then by the time we play the Giants, Malik Neighbors should be back. Y'all already know LSU players go off on the Saints, especially when they play in the Dome. But we're going to have to go to the Giants' house. And they remember that beatdown that we gave them last year with Tommy Cutlets. So Daniel Jones, the last time we played Daniel Jones beat us. I remember that game. It was Daniel Jones. He threw that big bomb to it was some fast dude, I forgot. But yeah, I remember that game. It was that one dude that played for the Chiefs, man. What that dude's name is, man? That little funny looking dude. I forgot his name. But yeah, man. We got Jerry G says a loss versus the Bucs and the Broncos, probably a W at the Chargers, probably a L at the Panthers. Damn, so we're gonna beat the Chargers but lose to the Panthers, Jerry? Maybe a win versus the Falcons and Browns, bye week, win versus the Rams and the Giants, a loss versus the Commanders, a loss versus the Packers, a win versus the Raiders. So what about the Browns, Jerry? So what you got us going, then, Jerry? Let me see. We already 2 games, so that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6. Damn, so you got us winning 6 to 7 games, Jerry? Are we going 6-11 or 7-10 this year, Jerry? Well, y'all already know me. I already gave my season prediction before the season started. I said somehow, some way we going 8-9. I said our ceiling is 9 games, our floor is 7 games, and I just put us right smack dab in the middle. And I said we're gonna go 8-9, some way, somehow. And I'm standing by that. We got Pammy says we need to bring in Devin White. I don't know about that, Pammy. Like, I don't think the problem is our linebackers. Like, I don't think the problem is our linebackers. I think the problem is our safeties and us just stopping the run. I think Brian Brzee and Nathan Shepard and Colin Sanders, I think a lot of these dudes, I think they're good when to stop the pass, but they can't stop the run. We ain't got that nose tackle that can stop the run. I don't really think it's more so the linebackers. Like, I do think Demario Davis lost a step. Pete Werner, he hit or miss. Sometimes he's injured. But, you know, you got Anthony Orgy out there. You got DeMarco Jackson out there. But I really don't think it's the linebackers. Like, I think it's the safeties. And I think it's us stopping the run. That's what I think. You know. But Devin White, I don't know, man. I think the league, I think the jury out on him is just something wrong with him. It's like something going on with him that we don't know about, but the league know about. Like, there's no way nobody don't just want this dude. And this dude was a Pro Bowler, and, you know, he ain't really got no injury thing going on with him. It's just he's not playing well no more. Like, is that a work ethic thing? And maybe some players just hit their peak very early. Maybe some players just have a few good years, and after that last good year, they just start to decline for whatever reason. And maybe bad work ethic play a part in that. You know. So I don't know, bro. I was hearing a lot of Buccaneers fans talk about him. It was like, man, he's garbage. And I don't even think he never played one game for the Eagles. So it's like, damn, y'all can't play Devin White for the Eagles and y'all having problems stopping the run? Like, they was having problems stopping the run. And Devin White, he's a sideline linebacker. And he's supposed to be good at stopping the run. Like, Devin White, he be kind of having a hard time when it comes to like, I think, like, certain tight ends. I don't think he good at covering tight ends, but he good at covering, you know, running backs out the backfield, because he was doing a good job of shutting down Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara could not, you know, get the best of Devin White and Levante David, but he got the best of Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis with the Panthers. He used to give Luke Kuechly fix, boy. And a W versus the Bucs. I'm just guessing. Well, if you got a W versus the Bucs, you got us going 7-10, then, Jerry. That's definitely not making the playoffs. Pete can't stay healthy. Well, like I say, I don't really think the linebacker problem. I don't really think the linebackers are the problem. Like, that's just me. Now, if they get Devin White, that's cool. I was hearing a lot of people talk about that in spaces on Twitter earlier. But, you know, if they bring in Devin White, I mean, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. I think Devin White will probably be just like what his name is. What's that dude that used to play for the Cowboys? He was looking good in the preseason, but he didn't make the team because he couldn't play on special teams. And a lot of people say Devin White can't play on special teams. It was some linebacker that was doing good in the preseason last year, and everybody thought he was going to make the team. He had a lot of juice, but he did not make the team because he couldn't play special teams. I forgot who that was. But I think if we was to bring in Devin White, he'll be just like him. Damn, I'm trying to think of that dude's name, bro. Y'all know his name. Put it in the chat, man. I remember he used to play for the Cowboys. He was a fast linebacker, and he got on our team. And he was in the preseason. He was making plays, looking good, but he didn't make the team. He didn't make the team, and everybody was like, damn, man, why the hell we cut him? I got his face in my head. Jalen Smith. Yeah, that's who it was, Randy. Jalen Smith. Shouts out to Randy. It was Jalen Smith. If we was to get Devin White, Pammy, I think he'll be another Jalen Smith. I'm gonna have to tweet that. That was a good. Yeah, man. We go ahead on. But late night Saints Twitter edition for the late night hours. I know some of y'all probably at work, probably listen to the podcast. Some of y'all probably at home chilling. Thank y'all for being here with the boy. Randy says, I think we need to go scoop White up. Hey man, if we do get White, I can tell you one thing. He could give Clint Kubiak a lot of insight on the Buccaneers. He could give Clint Kubiak a lot of insight on how the Buccaneers run their defense. Just like how Sean Payton got A.T. Perry. He gonna make A.T. Perry sing like a bird, be getting the insight on how to stop Clint Kubiak offense. I think the Broncos defensive coordinator is Vance Joseph. So yeah, Vance Joseph and A.T. Perry, they're gonna be having a good sit down meeting. Oh yeah, so what type of offense he like to run? Like, yeah, I can see it now. But I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna end the stream soon. I don't want to hold you guys up. It's getting real late. I got work in the morning. But I'm gonna just say this. I think the Saints, I think us making the playoffs is gonna heavily depend on how long it's gonna take for Eric McCoy to get back, how long it's gonna take for Derek Carr to get back, and who's gonna be in place for Derek Carr. Is it gonna be Jake Haener? Is it gonna be Spence Rattler? Whoever it be, I think they need to go at least 500 while he out. So let's just say Derek Carr missed 6 games. They're gonna need to go 3-3. So we go 3-3 in 6 games. True, that'll put us at, let me see, 3 + 2. That'll be 5 wins, and we'll be 5-6. At 5-6, we could go ahead on and probably try to turn around the season. You'll just have to win out a lot of other games. But like I said, them past couple of games at that back end, they looking tough, man. They looking tough. And I know a lot of these teams on the back end, they don't have good records, but they match up good with us. That's why I keep telling people, I don't look at teams. I look at matchups. I look at when you catch a team, where you play the team, when you played the team, where you played the team. And, well, when I say when and where, I'm talking about like when, as far as, where in the season do you play them? Do you play them at the beginning of the season, or do you play them at the back end where it's cold and you're going to today's stadium? Like, let me see if the Browns is a home game. Okay, yeah, the Browns is a home game. So yeah, the Packers are gonna be the only team we play in the cold. I think the Giants, we're gonna play them in the cold too. So the Packers and the Giants game, that's gonna be 2 games we're gonna play in the cold. But it's gonna be real cold when we play the Packers. Like, it's gonna be snowing out there probably. So I can only imagine the pressure that they're gonna have in Derek Carr face, and Derek Carr just gonna be throwing ducks in the air because that pressure in his face and that cold weather out there. Oh man. But I'm gonna go ahead on and get ready to end the stream, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with me tonight, Saints Late Night Edition. Y'all go ahead on and hit that like button and help out the channel a lot. Y'all go ahead on and subscribe if y'all listening to the podcast. Like, if you listening to the podcast, if you like the comment, if you like the content, go ahead on and subscribe to the kid, man. I'm trying to get the followers up. We definitely gonna be having more content coming throughout the week, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a whole bunch of news dropping throughout the week, and a lot of players gonna be ready for this game, and everybody just want to know what quarterback gonna be starting. Like, that's gonna be the main thing. So y'all can expect a lot of content from a lot of Saints content creators. It's gonna be a busy week, bro. Pammy says, great show. Thanks for the support, Pammy. Thanks for the support, Jerry. You got Randy up in the building. Got T Dirty up in the building. Who else we got? Addison up in the building. We got Raheem in the building. We got Booker in the building. We got OG Gaddy in the building. Dana. Shouts out to all y'all, man. Backwoods. Yeah, man, y'all really jokes me tonight, man. I ain't even much think I was gonna be on this long, but yeah, man. Shouts out to y'all. Y'all go ahead on and hit the like button before I close the stream. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead on and subscribe to the kid. Got some more content coming soon. And in the words of our future Hall of Fame head coach Dennis Allen, man, who that? Y'all keep doing what you're doing. I'm out, man.